Let's talk about building momentum in an online coaching business so that you could generate more leads, more clients, and more cash flow and help a heck of a lot more people. Now, the basis of this conversation today comes from a time about 2 years ago when my back was against the wall. Like, I was previously doing pretty good in my business. I was generating some good cash flow, but I was working all of the time. I had about 35 clients or so around that time. And I was just burned out, man. I was working 24/7. I was grinding. I was wearing, much like many of you, wearing so many hats in my business. And I was just spread so thin. I had a virtual assistant, and I did have somebody that was helping with like coaching, an assistant coach, but I was just so stretched. And my income started to drop. And I started to get into this kind of survival, like panic, if you will. You know what I mean? And I remember I was sitting down with one of my coaches, one of my mentors, and he was like, dude, you're doing all of these things. Just stop and focus in on the stuff that's going to actually bring you revenue. And it was just like this kind of duh moment. But sometimes we get caught up in our businesses. We get caught up in our life. And sometimes it can be chaotic. And we start to lose sight, or we could be doing, revenue generating activities like posting content or having conversations, but we're doing it from a very low vibrational place, or we're doing it from a very distracted place. And so we don't get the best results. And so inside of the in-demand coach community, we have what's called the money-making moves. It's kind of like an inside thing we talk about. And the money-making moves is what I learned from my mentor years ago. And this brought my business from literally, we went from doing 12 to 15K per month all the way down to 2 to 3K. And just by focusing on the money-making moves and developing an inbound content system, which I'll share more about, we were able to go up to 20, 30, 40, 50K per month and do that consistently. And so a lot of times when we're trying to build that momentum at the beginning of our businesses, or we're just simply trying to get to that next level, it's a lot of times about doing less, but better. Now, as a basis for this, what the money-making moves are going to be things like posting content. Now, we teach what's called inbound content. It's an inbound content system to help actually get people to comment on your call to actions, to reach out to you into DMs. And number 2, money-making move is having conversations with those interested leads, right? Not having to go out there and cold DM. You could do that, but we prefer to talk to humans that are interested. So we're not chasing people. Number 3 is you got to make offers to them, right? That could be literally offering them to get onto a call. When they're on a call, offering them your services if it's a good fit, making offers in your stories, making call to actions in your content, it could be posts or emails, you know what I mean? And then another money-making move is growing your audience. You've got to be able to grow your audience, you see? And, lastly, fulfilling. You got to actually deliver results. We have another inside saying that when you remember to serve every day, you serve your clients, you serve your audience, the money will come. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Now, the basis of this is let's go ahead and start with weight loss, right? When somebody's trying to lose weight, what are they usually focused on? The scale, right? People are focused on let me hop on the scale. And a lot of times they get emotional about it, or they have a stressful day and they're like, oh, what's the point? And then they go off and they binge in the cabinets, right? Well, in a business, it's a little bit different, but still, nonetheless, a lot of times in business, we're focused on what? We're focused on booking calls, generating cash, signing up clients, and it's very scale type victories. But the problem that lies is we allow our emotions to be dictated on if we did it. So if we said, hey, we're going to book calls today and we didn't, right? Or, hey, we're going to sign up, 2 clients a week and we didn't, we often allow our emotions to take hold, and then we start feeling bad about it, or we're just whatever, right? Because we're human. And so what I found to build momentum is, and this is where the basis of the money-making moves came in, is you pick revenue-generating activities. And I'll give you the ones that you should. In fact, on Tuesday's call, I gave my whole $1 million cash collected plan on how I'm going to do it. It's just following those moves. But here's the deal, right? To lose weight, somebody has to what? They have to usually strength train a few times a week. There's only 3 to 4 things they really have to do. If you start stacking it and trying to do more than 5, right? without a team, it's really hard. And so you want to have like, I would say 3 to 5 like activities that you're doing every day, every week. Some are going to be every day, some will be every week, some will be every month, like maybe mapping out content, right? But you want to be able to commit to that. And here's the deal. And I shared this, like, I don't know where I put it. I'll have to find it. I created a little like daily planner for myself in Canva, and I'm happy to send it. By the way, if you want me to send you my daily planner, some of you did ask, I will send it over your way, just in like some sheets. But I ask myself at the end of every day, did you win or did you lose? And here's what constitutes a win or a loss. A win is you did the moves. Like you did the revenue generating activities you said you would do. A loss is you didn't. So I am no longer dictating like, did I book a call or did I generate new clients or whatever, right? It's like, did you do the moves? And if I did, it's a win. And did I give effort to them, right? So like if I was like, I'm going to create content today. If I lazily put up a post, like, I don't know, that's like, is it a win? Maybe. But did you do your best? Probably not. And the secret to getting quote unquote rich, and this literally comes from this book, The Science of Getting Rich. He says in here, like one of the secrets to getting rich is to be able to give, I can't remember how he words it, but something around like giving the most efficient action you can each day, right? So it's not about doing the most, it's about just giving it your all. So what are those activities for you? For most, it should be like content creation, right? That is a good revenue generating activity. Now, will you do that daily? I highly recommend that you're batch and time blocking that stuff so you're not having to get creative every single day. You're asking your brain a lot. But that is a revenue generating activity. Are you talking to people? Like, are you talking to humans? Like, if you're not talking to very many humans every day, that's a good sign if you're not making money. Like, to make money, you got to talk to humans. And the better you get at content and the skill sets that go into content, right? Like the writing your headlines, writing your hooks, knowing how to influence people, like literally everything that we teach here, like everything that I teach here. If you get better at that, the more leads like you naturally get, right? But nonetheless, you got to do it, right? So is that an activity that you're doing every day? Are you having that time, right? Another activity could be making offers. Are you making offers to humans daily, right? And a making offer comes from usually conversations, right? Or it could come from an email, or it could come from a story, right? You could be posting in your stories and go look in my stories right now. I don't know if it's down already, but I made a very direct call to action and we got 2 people from it. We got 2 leads that came in from that post alone or from that story alone. And then we had a bunch of other that voted on the poll that said soon enough or something like that, soon, right? And that's just from one thing. So it's like, are you making offers every day? It's like, these are controllables. Do you have to do them? Absolutely not. You get to choose, right? It's your business. But to build momentum, instead of focusing on the like, did I book calls today? Did I sign up clients this week? Did I generate cash? No, like that, it's too much of an emotional win. It's like a non-scale victory is what you should be focused on to build the momentum. Did you do your content? Did you have the conversations? Did you make some offers? That's the type of stuff. I would even consider, did you do your mindset routines, right? Like that's the type of stuff that like, if you do it, you win. If you don't do it, you lose. It's as simple as that. And then you just stack the wins. And then once you are doing them every single day, the next step is to go deeper with them, right? So if you're like, I post content every day, I have conversations every day. And if you're doing like the activities every day, but you're still not generating like revenue, then you're likely, and take no offense to this, I'm just, have a little pep in my step today. You likely suck. And that's okay. It's not you as a human. It's just your skills, right? You as a human are an amazing person. Awesome. But your skills aren't, right? Yet. And that's why you want to continue to go deeper. You've got to consciously take control of what you are controlling or doing and get better at them. So if you're like, I am posting content every day. Awesome. Are you getting better at the content? Meaning like, are you actually getting better with like the hooks? Are you coming out with better lead magnets? Are you getting better at communicating your call to actions? Are you getting better at infusing storytelling into your teaching topics? You know what I'm saying? Are you building better connections with your audience? Are you going deeper? You see what I'm saying? That's how you get better and leverage the activity that you're doing. The same thing with having conversations. If you are having conversations, but people aren't booking calls, like you probably got to get better at this skill. Like, for example, I was in my DMs the other day, 2 days ago, and I popped in, and in 15 minutes, I just went through and I just started offering calls to people. And this came because people were responding to my call to actions. It wasn't just me like going in and cold DMing somebody. This was me saying like, hey, I noticed you said you want, like, let's just get on a call. And people are more than happy. Like, yeah, let's get on a call, right? And so sometimes it comes down to just like adding more intensity and more in adding more depth to the things that you're already doing. So that's how you start to build momentum quick. It's like doing less, but staying more consistent with it, focusing a little bit more directly on those things, and then consciously getting better at those skills. That starts to equate to the outcome goals, right? So the best way to put it, and we'll wrap this up, is that your inputs create your outputs. And we focus too much on the outputs as humans. All of us do this. We're guilty, right? Guilty as charged. But when you focus more on the inputs and you just get better at the inputs, it's less about what you're doing. It's like you don't have to do more. You do less, but you do less better. And when you could do less better day in and day out, you will build massive momentum and you will start to stack more cash, more clients, more transformations, and you will ultimately be happier. And the cool thing is this, like, you could get most of this stuff done in just a couple hours. And so you've got a lot of free time to work on, to do whatever. Spend time with your family, go for a walk, read a book, further educate yourself, work on more projects for your business, right? But do the moves and grow. Hope you have an amazing day. As always, remember, your message matters now more than it ever has before. Don't be afraid to speak it. Be seen, be heard, and be impactful.